Welcome to the most exciting coin discovery of your life. Today, we're diving into the mysterious and ultra-rare bicentennial coins, an ordinary-looking coin with the power to make you a millionaire overnight. If you've got this hidden gem in your pocket, your entire future could change in an instant. Let's unlock the secrets behind this legendary piece of treasure. First up, the John Adams $1 coin, representing the second president of the United States who served from 1797 to 1801, stands as a symbol of history, rarity, and unimaginable fortune. This coin, while modest in appearance, carries a power that transcends metal and design. It embodies a piece of America's foundation, leadership, and national pride. For collectors and historians alike, owning this coin is like holding a golden key to the past, a key that could unlock the door to unmeasurable wealth. In the modern collector's world, certain rare editions and era-struck John Adams dollars have reached such an astronomical value that their worth easily enters the realm of millions, making their owners instant millionaires, even billionaires in rare cases. When the John Adams presidential dollar was first minted, it wasn't just another coin. It was a tribute to the early visionaries who shaped the nation's destiny. The coin's design features Adams' dignified portrait on the obverse, a symbol of wisdom and leadership, while the reverse proudly displays the Statue of Liberty, representing freedom's eternal flame. But the true magic lies not only in its design, but in its rarity. Some versions were struck in limited numbers, others with unique minting errors, missing edge lettering, double strikes, or misaligned inscriptions, all of which elevate their value from pocket change to a fortune beyond imagination. These mysterious anomalies have turned what was once a simple dollar coin into a legendary collectible that can make headlines overnight. Now imagine stumbling upon one of these extraordinary pieces, a 1797-1801 John Adams dollar, perfectly preserved, its shine echoing centuries of history. For an ordinary person, this small piece of metal could mean a life-changing discovery. Some collectors describe the feeling of finding one as holding lightning in their hands, a mix of disbelief and awe. Auction houses whisper tales of rare Adams coins fetching sky-high prices, sometimes crossing the $1 million mark, especially when authenticated in pristine condition by professional grading authorities. Each imperfection, each rare mint mark, adds another layer to its mysterious charm and unmatched value. The true value of the John Adams dollar coin, however, goes beyond mere money. It is a symbol of America's rise from revolution to leadership. Adams was not just a president. He was a founding father, a voice of reason, and a visionary who fought for freedom with his pen and intellect. When his likeness was engraved on this coin, it wasn't just a tribute. It was an eternal reminder of his legacy. Collectors don't just chase this coin for its price tag, but for the story it tells. Every line on its surface, every glimmer under the light, whispers the saga of a man who shaped the destiny of a nation. But among all known versions of this coin, a select few possess characteristics so unique that they defy conventional valuation. There are reports of certain prototype strikes and early test mints made under special conditions, coins that were never meant for circulation, yet somehow found their way into the hands of a few lucky individuals. Such coins are so rare that their worth cannot be measured in numbers alone. Collectors would trade estates, luxury cars, even small fortunes just to possess one. These pieces have been known to fetch multi-million-dollar bids at auctions, making them the holy grail of American numismatics. The global coin market thrives on rarity and story, and the John Adams dollar is the perfect storm of both. It combines the power of history, artistry, and limited existence. Each year, as collectors compete for rarities, the Adams dollar grows in prestige. Its value doesn't just increase with time, it multiplies, as demand intensifies and the number of surviving pieces dwindles. Those who once ignored these coins now scramble to find them, realizing that even a slightly flawed specimen could hold the potential to rewrite their destiny. What makes this coin truly extraordinary is its timeless allure. Even in a modern digital world where everything is virtual and fleeting, the physical weight of this coin reminds you of something real, a tangible connection to a world-changing era. When you hold it, you don't just hold a coin. You hold a story, a legacy, a fragment of history that time itself could not erase. That's why collectors call it a fortune in your palm. So if you ever come across a John Adams $1 coin, don't underestimate its power. That little disc could be your ticket to unimaginable wealth. It might look ordinary, but beneath its gleaming surface lies the spirit of America's second president and the potential to change your life forever. Whether you're a collector, a historian, or just a lucky individual who finds one, remember this. Greatness often hides in the smallest of treasures, and this coin is living proof that a single piece of history can turn an ordinary person into a legend overnight. Second, the George Washington $1 coin, representing the first president of the United States who served from 1789 to 1797, is not just a coin. It is a golden relic of power, freedom, and unimaginable fortune. This coin stands as the beginning of an era, the very first in the line of America's presidential legacy. To hold this coin is to touch the foundation of an entire nation, a treasure born from the birth of liberty itself. Its value, both historical and monetary, has reached levels beyond comprehension. For collectors, this coin is a dream made real. For the fortunate owner, it is a doorway to destiny, a piece of metal that could transform an ordinary person into a millionaire or even a billionaire overnight. When the George Washington presidential dollar was minted, it was more than currency. It was a symbol of gratitude to the man who shaped America's soul. The obverse bears Washington's dignified portrait, carved with unmatched craftsmanship, radiating strength, wisdom, and leadership. The reverse features the Statue of Liberty, the eternal emblem of freedom. Yet, beyond its design lies the hidden power of rarity. Some versions were struck in extremely limited numbers, while others carry fascinating minting errors, missing edge inscriptions, double strikes, or inverted designs, making them priceless treasures in the world of numismatics. These unique imperfections are what transform this simple dollar into a legend worth millions. Collectors across the globe whisper stories of the rare George Washington dollar that changed lives. Some early releases were mistakenly struck on experimental planchets, or misprinted in ways never meant to be seen by the public. When these rare versions appear at auctions, bidding wars erupt like storms. Coins once purchased for a few dollars have fetched astonishing million-dollar prices, with collectors willing to pay any amount to claim a piece of Washington's eternal legacy. It is not just a coin. It is an artifact of a revolution, a symbol of leadership that can't be replicated or replaced. Imagine, for a moment, discovering such a coin, shining faintly in your drawer, its golden edge whispering the name George Washington. You might think it's ordinary, but in truth, it's a treasure that holds the weight of centuries. For many, finding this coin is like unearthing a time capsule from the dawn of American independence. That realization alone sends shivers down your spine. The world's greatest collectors, museums, and private investors would give fortunes to own it. A coin that once symbolized a nation's promise now holds the power to reshape your future overnight. The historical depth behind the George Washington $1 coin gives it a mystique no other collectible can rival. Washington was the man who refused kingship, who led with humility and strength, who built a democracy from nothing but belief and courage. His coin, therefore, is more than metal. It is an embodiment of his spirit. To own one is to carry his legacy, his leadership, and his wisdom in the palm of your hand. This emotional connection magnifies the coin's worth beyond any number that could be printed on paper. Even more astonishing are the rare prototype and uncirculated editions, known to exist in only a handful of private collections. These pieces, sometimes struck with early dyes or unique alloy combinations, have no fixed market value, because their worth is dictated by passion, history, and the hunger of collectors. When such coins surface, prices can skyrocket unpredictably, often crossing the multi-million-dollar mark. The sheer rarity and story behind them make them some of the most powerful investments on Earth, capable of rewriting fortunes instantly. Over time, the George Washington $1 coin has become a beacon of prestige in the collector's world. It represents the ultimate combination of history, art, and rarity, a coin that tells a story far greater than its face value. Each one carries the echo of 18th century America, a whisper of revolution, and the soul of a nation still young and hopeful. For those who understand its significance, this coin is not just wealth, it's immortality. So, if you ever come across a George Washington dollar coin from the era of 1789-1797, guard it closely. Don't spend it. Don't trade it cheaply, for it may very well be your golden ticket to a new destiny. Its power lies not only in its shimmering surface, but in the living history it holds within. This is not merely a collector's item. It is a piece of eternity, a silent messenger of America's beginning, and perhaps the very coin that could change your fortune forever. Third, the James Madison $1 coin, honoring the fourth President of the United States who served from 1809 to 1817, is more than just a piece of metal. It is a timeless masterpiece of history, power, and fortune. This coin represents the very heart of America's transformation from a young republic into a strong and confident nation. It's not merely a collectible, it's a symbol of the courage, wisdom, and leadership that shaped the destiny of the United States. Some rare and error-struck versions of this coin have achieved unimaginable value, reaching prices in the millions of dollars, making their owners overnight millionaires, even billionaires. If you possess this coin, consider it not just a treasure, but a key to unimaginable wealth and historical prestige. When the James Madison presidential dollar was released, it wasn't made for ordinary circulation alone. It was designed as a tribute to one of the greatest minds in American history, the man often called the father of the Constitution. The obverse features a striking portrait of Madison, his gaze sharp and noble, reflecting his unmatched intellect and leadership. The reverse bears the magnificent Statue of Liberty, shining as a symbol of freedom and independence. But hidden among these coins are rare variants, those with missing inscriptions, doubled lettering, or even edge errors, the kind that can multiply their worth to jaw-dropping heights. These rare minting anomalies are what turn this already precious coin into a fortune maker. Collectors from around the world are captivated by this coin because it connects them directly to one of America's most brilliant presidents. James Madison was not just a leader. He was a visionary who drafted the framework of American democracy. To hold a coin bearing his image is to hold the soul of the Constitution itself, the blueprint of liberty. For many, owning this coin feels like owning a piece of the foundation of freedom. That emotional and historical depth gives it a power far beyond money. Yet, for those who understand the collector's market, that same power translates into pure gold, an asset that continues to rise in value as years pass and rarities disappear into private collections. The most extraordinary examples of the James Madison $1 coin are those with unique production flaws or test strikes made under experimental conditions. These are not ordinary pieces. They are miracles of minting history, often struck unintentionally but now worth their weight in diamonds. When such coins appear at auction, the bidding becomes fierce. Wealthy collectors, investors, and even museums fight to own these pieces of history, driving their value into the millions. Each one tells its own story, a story of mystery, craftsmanship, and fortune. Finding one of these coins could mean you've uncovered the financial miracle of your lifetime. But the value of the James Madison dollar extends beyond rarity and money. It's also a symbol of intellect and legacy. Madison's leadership during the War of 1812, his unwavering defense of liberty, and his role in drafting the Constitution make him one of the most respected figures in American history. The coin carrying his image becomes a tribute not only to his presidency, but to the enduring ideals of democracy and freedom. That's why collectors don't just see it as a coin. They see it as a living monument to the man who shaped a nation's destiny. Among serious numismatists, there's a saying, the Madison dollar doesn't just hold value, it holds vision. It's a coin that embodies both the intellect and strength of early America, and every year its worth climbs higher. As fewer pristine examples remain in circulation, and as collectors worldwide compete to own one, prices have skyrocketed. Those who had the foresight to preserve their coins in mint condition now find themselves sitting on small fortunes, treasures that the world is just beginning to recognize for their true worth. Imagine discovering such a coin in your home, perhaps tucked away in an old box or handed down through generations. At first glance, it might look like a regular golden dollar, but beneath that metallic gleam lies history worth millions. With the right verification and grading, it could transform your life overnight, rewriting your destiny in ways you never imagined. It's not an exaggeration to say that this coin holds the power of prosperity, a hidden treasure waiting for its rightful owner to uncover its magic. So if you ever find yourself holding a James Madison $1 coin from the years 1809–1817, treat it as more than money, treat it as destiny. This small, shining relic carries centuries of history, the vision of a founding father, and the potential to change your fortune forever. Don't let it slip away or sell it for less than its true worth. Because within that tiny circle of golden metal lies something great. Fourth, the Andrew Jackson $1 coin, honoring the 7th President of the United States who served from 1829 to 1837, is one of the most captivating and legendary pieces of American numismatic history. This coin is not merely a form of currency. It's a relic of power, leadership, and transformation. To hold it is to grasp a piece of America's fiery past, a time when determination and courage reshaped a nation. The true worth of some rare and error-struck versions of this coin is beyond imagination, valued in the millions of dollars today. If you are lucky enough to own one, you may be holding a treasure so rare and powerful that it could change your life overnight. This is not just a coin. It's a symbol of destiny, fortune, and history intertwined. When the Andrew Jackson presidential dollar was created, it wasn't designed for circulation alone. It was crafted as a monument to one of America's most unyielding leaders. The obverse features Jackson's commanding portrait, reflecting the boldness and determination that defined his presidency. The reverse carries the iconic Statue of Liberty, standing as a timeless emblem of freedom. But within this series lies something far rarer than its design, the mistakes of perfection. Coins with missing edge inscriptions, double lettering, off-center strikes, or gold-tinted prototypes have been discovered, and those rare pieces are the ones that have sent collectors and investors into a frenzy. Each one carries a story, a mystery, and an astronomical value. Collectors and historians alike regard the Andrew Jackson dollar as one of the most dynamic treasures in American coinage. Jackson, known as Old Hickory, was a fierce defender of the people, a general and a man who defied all odds to become president. His leadership and defiance gave him a legendary status, and the coin that bears his image carries that same fierce energy. The rare versions of this coin have fetched breathtaking sums at major auctions, with some private collectors valuing flawless or error-struck specimens in the multi-million-dollar range. For those who own one, it is more than money. It is a key to legacy, wealth, and history combined. Imagine for a moment finding this coin by chance, tucked away in an old drawer, shimmering faintly under the light. At first, it might look ordinary, but upon closer inspection, you realize what it truly is, a treasure from the heart of America's past. That small golden coin could hold within it the power to change your entire life, to open the door to a future you never dreamed possible. Many collectors describe the thrill of discovering such coins as an experience that feels almost unreal, as though history itself is rewarding them with fortune for remembering its greatness. The value of the Andrew Jackson $1 coin is not only measured by money, it's measured by meaning. Jackson's presidency marked a time of bold reform, fierce independence, and resilience. He was a leader who rose from poverty to power, embodying the true spirit of the American dream. The coin immortalizes that journey, turning it into a tangible piece of national pride. To collectors, it's not just metal, it's a portrait of perseverance. And that's why its worth keeps growing year after year, not just as an investment, but as a symbol of everything that defines greatness. Among the rarest varieties are early test mints, proof-like strikes, and coins with edge lettering errors, each one holding a unique place in numismatic history. These coins are so scarce that only a few exist worldwide, and their estimated values reach into the millions. When such coins appear on the market, collectors across the globe engage in bidding wars that push prices to astonishing levels. These are not coins you find every day. They are the holy grails of American coinage, the kind that can make their owners legends in the world of collectors. As time passes, the Andrew Jackson $1 coin continues to rise in both fame and value. Every year, more collectors seek it out, recognizing its potential not only as a financial asset, but as a piece of American heritage. It bridges the gap between past and present, between history and fortune. Those who have preserved their coins in mint condition now hold investments that could rival the worth of luxury estates and precious gems. This coin is living proof that history, when preserved, becomes wealth in its purest form. So if you ever come across a USA Andrew Jackson $1 coin from the years 1829-1837, treat it like the treasure it truly is. Don't rush to sell it. Don't underestimate its power, because it may be worth far more than you could ever imagine. Within that small, golden surface lies the spirit of a warrior president, the mark of a nation's strength, and the potential to turn an ordinary person into a billionaire overnight. This is not just a coin. It's a symbol of destiny, a shining reminder that sometimes the smallest things hold the greatest fortunes of all.